Hey everyone, welcome yet another Frontend News podcast. I'm Chris, I'm here with Tommy K, who is in our headquarters. Welcome Tommy. Guys, it's our 6th episode, it's gonna be amazing, but first, let's watch the intro. Okay guys, I think it was amazing week for the technology, but let's first see if it was amazing week for Tommy. Tommy, how was your week and what's the plan for the future?
Hi Chris, hello everyone. It's really nice to see you once again. And about my week, thank you for asking. It was a really good week for me, but unfortunately I really miss you here in real life.
Man.
So please come back as soon as it's possible, because it's like
That's my plan.
empty without you. Cool. But besides, guys, during last week I'm preparing for the upcoming conference, which is the Warsaw IT Days, which will take place at 8 to 9 of April. I'm going to speak about the micro frontends, and I really invite you to this event. The link for the upcoming conference you will find in the description under this video. Hopefully see you there.
I will be there for sure. We know everything about Tommy K. Let's check the agenda. Tomasz, what's on your plate today?
Okay, so for the first shot we will speak about the support for the Hermes on iOS.
The next one is gonna be about HTTPS supported by default in Chrome.
The third topic is really interesting. It will be NASA in JavaScript.
NASA? This NASA? The NASA?
This NASA.
Oh
the
my
NASA.
God.
From space.
Oh my God. Oh my God, let's see it. The next one is gonna be about very minor React release.
We will also speak about the updates for V8 engine.
And the last one is update for Angular. Fasten your seatbelt and let's get started. Tomasz, go ahead.
So let's speak about the support for the Hermes on iOS. With the newest version of React Native, we received the support for Hermes to be used to create the iOS apps with the React
Hermes?
Native. Hermes is a JavaScript engine that let us work with React Native and compile the code to be able to be triggered on the mobile devices. And this is the alternative for the classic JavaScript core engine. But Hermes put a lot of improvements around the performance. For example, around the utilization of the memory, or they decreased the time to interactive TTI, which is also a huge change in our apps.
Okay, cool, sounds great. I wonder if you guys do a lot of React application today, and answer if you comments you have any questions. And there is also a contact form on our website if you struggling with any kind of functionality or you want to check something with our experts. Go there and contact us through contact form.
Cool. The second thing is switch to Chrome to be safe by default. What does it mean? In the upcoming Chrome release, the Google team decided to switch the default behavior. So instead of running websites with HTTP protocol by default, the Chrome team decided to switch to support the HTTPS by default, which will make our visit on different websites safer and faster by default. We do not have to worry about the protocols now. And this is the change I want to present to you with the upcoming Chrome.
When I first time heard that HTTPS support better performance, better speed of the website, I was curious actually how? Can you explain it a little bit?
I know that HTTPS has some extra steps to support the increased security and support the other instructions that are obviously not implemented in the HTTP. But in short terms, HTTPS protocols has better implementation that handle the whole traffic more performant, and that's the whole magic.
Okay, great. So the next news is about NASA in JS. Yeah, the NASA.
Yeah, the NASA, this NASA. We won't speak about aliens, not in this chapter, not yet, unfortunately. let's come to Earth and speak about Earth topics. So I don't know if you already saw this package and use it or not, but on the GitHub we can find something that it's called OpenMCT, which is basically Open Mission Control Technologies. And if it sounds familiar for you, it means that you know that it was developed by. So if it doesn't, it was developed by the NASA developers, and is being used by NASA to analyze the data of spacecraft missions, as well as planning and operation of experimental rover systems. So NASA used JavaScript often. And moreover, this tool is open source, so you can check it by your own. You can use the live demo or fetch the code on your local machine and play with that tooling, put some improvements, play with it, just use it. And yes, it's by NASA.
Sounds incredible, so let's check this out. But first, let's go to the next news, which is about React release.
Yeah, Chris, you're right. We are going to speak about some minor updates for the React, and in the newest release, there are no breaking changes. We can find some update for the React DOM package. Actually, the React team just removed the isolation warning for the unused dependency for shared array buffer, and basically that's it.
Tomasz, do you think it's like kickoff for bigger release? Are there any rumors what they are working on right now?
No, I think it's like, it's a small adjustment that they want to push into the 17th version, but as far as I know, they do not plan to release any big breaking change features in the upcoming weeks. So we need to keep listening and waiting for some extra news.
So it's kind of mystery right now.
Yes, it's a kind of mystery. Guys, if you know something about upcoming React breaking change features, please share it with us in the comments section or just send us a message. We are curious what's going on with the React nowadays.
Cool. So the last two news for you guys, and Tomasz, what's next?
The fifth news we are going to speak about is about the V8 engine updates. In the upcoming Chrome release, which is the 19th version, we can find some improvements for the regexp, and we received a new functionality that helps the developer to get an array of the start and end positions for matched capture groups in regular expressions. So basically it means that we can match some regular expression and see the index of start and end position of each of the groups that has been matched. The only thing that we need to remember is that we need to use the /d flag in our regex to be able to use the new function. And the method name is like indices, EDICES. This is the new method name. And yeah, you need to check it on your own once we will have this release. For now, it's available on the branch version 9, but it's still in the beta because the guys from V8 are waiting for the Chrome 90 release.
Cool, thank you for this update. Tomasz, let's be honest with our audience. Are you the next developer who, when he needs to do something in the regex, he Google it?
I don't want to lie, and I won't lie. If I want to do something with regex, like, the advanced usage, obviously I'm checking the Google, but in basic usage too, unfortunately. But yeah, who doesn't do it, man?
Exactly. Okay, that's it from the regex export and from the V8 engine. So the last one is about Angular update. What's in Angular, Tomasz?
It was quite huge update. We can find some bug fixes, feature updates, and there are some breaking changes worth to mention inside the animation and router packages. For the animations, the DOM elements are now correctly removed once we remove the root view. Previously, it was not like when we remove root, all the nested elements has been removed too. Some of them still stays in our code somehow. I don't know how, but now it has been fixed. For the animations. And about the router, for now we will have reports for strict null checks on fragment that can potentially be null. And if you want to see all the details about the bug fixes, you can see the changelog on the release notes, which I highly recommend to check. Of course, links are... Where, Chris? Where are the links?
Links are in the description.
Great. That's a good answer. Okay, and thank you. That's all from the news for today. I give voice to you, Chris. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tomasz. So we kindly ask you to join us during the curated projects and
tips and tricks.
Exactly. See you guys there. Hey guys, welcome in the website of the week. Today, let's talk a little bit about, scrolling. Do you reckon some websites where you could scroll all the time with this pleasant feeling, everything looks so smooth, so attractive, and you just can't stop it? Because, it's so delightful. So fasten your seatbelt and check what I found for you today. I present you a landing page of the animation app named Philip a Clip. Looking quite normal at the beginning with copy inside and simple mockup with a workspace area. At this point, with this little circle drawing experience, once the scroll progresses, the real fun begins. We scroll, and still scroll, admiring the next part of the website. We see some numbers, and again we are scrolling down and going darker into total black background. Impressive ink stains inspired animation, by the way. Now it's time to focus on simple toolbar and take a closer look at the possibilities we could get. And with the same but contrast animation, we are going back to the bright mode. See, we can even put our animations inside the video, pretty cool one. At the end of the page, everything gets more colorful and finally ends with very charismatic animated girl. Girl scrolled frame by frame. I think it's very pure example what can be done inside the application. So, if this page was designed for users like me, they very succeed. Because I've already downloaded this on my phone and start drawing animations. So guys, what's your opinion on this?
Hello guys, and welcome in another round of tips and tricks with me, Tommy K. Today we are going to speak about CSS problems, and the point of view is that you are a developer and your task is to create the gallery of employees. You have the collection of 15 images. We will use some randoms from the internet, and we want to display them in some kind of grid. This grid should react on the container width, on our site width, okay? And looks well on each resolution, so for mobile, for tablets, and for desktop. And say we cannot use media queries. Okay, so how to achieve that? The answer should be simple, and I'm going to show you how to deal with it with the grid. So let's add some class names at first and update our structure, because we want to, add obviously the grid class, and let's wrap this in div containers. Great. This should be a grid item. We will use BEM methodology, I mean class names in this case, and let's say this is grid, our grid. No, let's call this image, okay? Great. I think we have everything in terms of the structure. We have some auto format. I love Code Sandbox. I highly recommend this tool, and you can, have everything what your IDE has. You can build the project in the cloud, and you don't have to set up your local environment. So it's worth to check. I use it daily, so it has been checked by me. I recommend it. Okay, let's come back to our CSS issues. For now, nothing has happened. We just add some structure, and let's start from styling image. We can fetch the images with the certain size, and let's say that our backend actually returns the size of the images equal to 300 and 300. Okay, great. That works. Do we want to style the image? Let's say we will leave as it is, okay? And let's put some styles into our grid. Okay, so this is our container class name, and as we said, we want to focus on the grid usage. We have grid and inline grid. In our example, we will use the block grid. So it's a display grid. And what we want to do is to define the width of the certain column, because we want to display like few columns in a row. We can do it item by item, but it's not, it's not a fluid solution. It's like hard coded. So we want to make our styles adjust to the number of items. That's why we will use we will use the grid template columns attribute to define the width of this particular column, and we will use helper that's called repeat to apply this on all of our items, and it will reflect on all the columns, and we will choose the size from the range. Like we have fetched the 300 pixels, so let's choose from this one to one fraction. Okay, something magic has happened. It actually works. We want to define the gap between each of the elements. Okay, and it should be like on the designs, let's say the designer put 25 pixels. It doesn't look good. We need to put some adjustments in here to make it look better. If we, stretch the width a little bit, as we can see, it behaves well. Why it does not look well on the mobile is that because we cannot fit two items in a one row, because we have choose like 300 pixels to be a minimal width. Let's say for mobile it will be 200, okay, and it's still 100, no, 200, and it still looks good. Okay, great. What we want to do is, okay, so these elements are not in center on the small resolution, so let's use some other attributes to make it look better. We want to justify our items that are inside grid to the center. Create, and let's check it out. Nice. So we have our items being displayed in a grid. Let's check some bigger examples, like let's say 150 elements. Whoa. I think it will load a while. Okay, great. Yeah, we have 150 elements, and as you can see, they are displayed really nice. Okay, some overflow. That's because we are using the code sandbox, and it does not behave 100% like the browser, unfortunately. never mind. But yeah, we have what we want. Let's maybe adjust the image a little bit. So it will always have the parent container width and height being set up automatically. Great. This is what was missing because the spacing between the elements was not correct, because the image was overflowing the container. And we don't need to use the grid item class because everything is being set up in the parent grid class. But as you can see, with putting just a little bit of styling, few lines of it, we can achieve the fully working grid to display our employees. I mean, to display any kind of images, any kind of component, everything will be adjusted automatically related to the size of our site. And we do not have to use media queries. It works perfect. It is really performant way to achieve that. And as you can see, it does not require a lot of effort. So I highly recommend to use Grid in your daily work, in resolving your problems that are related with layouts, with building CSS, grids, and any kind of stuff that is related to, compose the structure and put the elements into correct position. Okay, and that's it for today. I hope that you enjoy the show and you will use the grid often to resolve the grid problems in your application. And thank you for the attention. See you next time. Bye bye.
Okay guys, that's it from today. I hope you like it. If you like it, join us on our website, which is frontendhouse.com.
And check our socials like YouTube,
Spotify,
and obviously Facebook. Okay, Chris, high five.